Hi everyone, and welcome to Almost Cancelled. I'm Peter, of course. This is Connor,
Hey guys.
and it's a TV podcast. We do TV things here. We talk about TV shows, and this week we reviewed American Gothic, Braindead, Preacher, Outcast, Winona Earp in Game of Thrones. Although that was Matt that came in and joined Connor for that. Of course, American Gothic. The first one there is a new show. It's the first episode. Not to spoil what we thought, but we probably will not be doing any more of that. But you can check that out if you want to. And like all of our first episode reviews, it starts spoiler free. But of course, if you listen to the audio version, all those reviews are coming up at the end of the episode. Just use the timestamps in the description to jump ahead, jump around, skip things. If you're on YouTube, just click in the more information box in the corner, click in the playlist, and you'll get all this week's reviews, all nice and handy, and just click on what you want. But of course, before any of that jazz, we have to do news. TV news happened.
I like news.
News can be fun. Depends. You get some really depressing weeks where everything's really boring. This week, mix of things. Some good tidbits that I like. First thing that I like was a trailer for Westworld.
About damn time we saw something.
Yeah. HBO's SyFy show, which is being developed by Jonathan Nolan. Now, first of all, Jonathan Nolan, of course, wrote Memento. He's the brother of Christopher Nolan, he obviously directed that movie. But in terms of TV, Jonathan Nolan did also develop and create Person of Interest, which I'm currently watching. I'm on season 2 of that show, and it's getting better as it goes. I'm actually really getting into it now that it's in its second season. So the idea that he's now got some pedigree with me in terms of TV, plus how good this trailer looks.
It's a sign of good things, we'd hope.
Yeah. Trailer looks good. It looks proper dark and
I
yeah,
was surprised by how good it looked.
yeah, it looks big budget. Like that opening shot of like the canyon. It's like you don't see this in TV. This is
It's
a
that
movie.
the shot that got me is when you see the train going around, it pulls out and it's like a wide shot, and it's like that looks fucking good. This train on this cliff, and
Yeah.
yeah,
This looks proper big budget. It's science fiction. It's AI, becoming sentient or possibly becoming sentient. Good cast. By the looks of it, Anthony Hopkins. There's a lot of other faces that I was recognizing as well.
yeah. There's a lot, wasn't there?
Yeah, my mind's going blank with all the names right now, but I was recognizing a lot of faces. It looks really, the production quality looks really high, but there was a nice taste. It felt like a really good, and this is one of these things where I'm going into this expecting better than the original thing, because this was a movie in the '70s, and the movie's good, but I see that trailer and go, this might be much better.
It happens rarely, but it happens.
It, not, I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't think the original Westworld movie, because obviously it's based on a novel, so that's not the original
Yeah,
source material. But uh, I don't think that's at the same level as what the original goofy Battlestar Galactica was. But this new show feels a lot like, oh, this is the serious modern take that's going to,
It's like take it to the next level,
yeah,
isn't it?
this is going to treat it like a thing. And I love the logo at the end, the W.
It is nice.
So no, I'm pumped for Westworld. That's coming sometime this year, the fall they said. So
Yeah, I'm really actually looking forward to it. It's one of those shows that's been on my radar for so long, and we keep hearing, "Ah, it's coming,"
yeah.
and it's nice to just finally actually see it and know it does exist.
When we hit winter and it's on, it'll be a terrific start to our week, because our week kind of starts with Sunday shows, or
Yeah,
even or Saturday shows if there is one. But
there's never anything on Saturday.
well, Ash vs Evil Dead was on Saturday last year, so that might be on Saturdays. But this will
It's
be,
such a weird
I
time
know,
to put it on.
but it's a terrific start of the week potentially if it's as good as it looks. So
I
Westworld,
really hope it is. I mean,
looking good.
yeah, HBO has the quality. They've clearly got the budget. There's clearly talent attached to it.
I think this could be their next big thing.
I would not be surprised if it was.
And given that they can do, like, a lot of the time they force sex stuff and nudity into their shows because over HBO and we can. This is one where it will actually apply, because a big part of this is that they can just have sex with the robots if they want.
Yeah, and that's also it's an interesting plot idea, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
not just from let's shoehorn it in. Immediately, you can see the implications of are they people or not, and like is
And
this rape or not? Like
yeah,
immediately.
and if they start to feel that they are people, is it rape? Are they, or even if they're willing, does that make them whores? But they're robots, like there's so many like weird questions it begins to bring up. So it,
I really hope the show delves into not just that, but like so much of that side of things. I hope it does.
Well,
delve.
given that it'll be 10, 13 episodes, whatever it is.
Yeah.
They've got time to do it, and so no, I'm looking forward to it. So that's Westworld. Now, speaking of other things that we're looking forward to,
Ooh.
Mr. Robot season 2 has upped its episode order by, I believe, 2 episodes. It'll now be 12 episodes instead of 10 that it was in season 1, and although I don't, it depends if they do the double in the final as well, which they might. I can see them doing that, but
I can see it.
so it might be 11 weeks, it might be 10 weeks, but the first 2 episodes will be airing back to back. Any commercial light double bill on the first night.
Do you know what that says to me?
Uh,
Slightly longer runtime. They
And
want to
double.
squeeze more in,
Yeah.
and then throw a double on top of it, which immediately alleviates some of my concerns that I had, because I hear 2 more episodes, and my first thing is, why? Is it because they thought we can cash in on the success and get extra money out of it, or is it because they have so much footage that they can't edit it down reasonably?
Potentially. I think sometimes they just they make their story, they write it, they direct it, and they look at it and go, shit, this is more than that
This
number
needs
of
more.
episodes.
Yeah.
Because Lost did that a couple of times, because Lost for its last 3 seasons was given shorter orders, and in the final season, which was meant to be 16 episodes, they ended up negotiating an extra episode, and they extended the double final runtime by an extra 30 minutes. So it was like a 2, even without commercials, it was like 2 full hours.
Yeah.
Because they just like, no, the final needs all this stuff. Like, it can't go anywhere.
That's
Yeah.
what I hear when they say commercial light, because obviously this is a big show for USA.
Yeah, they
the
want
hype
commercials.
it's got, they should want as many as they can. That's where they get their money from. So it tells me they're really banking on the quality, and they can't edit these 2 episodes down any more than they
And
already have.
people will stick around, and that's when they'll get all their advertising money for the next couple of weeks. But it also drives up the price of those adverts that are still going to be there.
Yeah, it does.
Because it makes it more, it's like we've only got like these many slots now.
It's premium now.
Yeah, it's premium. There you go. Yeah, the other thing that I didn't know, I don't know if this is true of season 1. I'm actually going to have to look this up and find out. But Sam Esmail, who is the showrunner, is directing all 12 episodes.
All 12. I saw he was directing some. I didn't realize it was all 12.
This is from Variety. The paragraph explicitly says that creator Sam Esmail is directing all 12 installments.
I'm fairly confident he didn't direct all of them last time. I feel like we'd have known.
Okay. But the direction was always very good in season 1, so him... I mean, I know he probably definitely directed at least the pilot and the finale, I'd imagine. If not more. But this is cool. That makes it feel like even more to me that
This is his show.
This is his show. It's going to be very artistically driven because he wants everything to be the way he wants it.
Yeah.
So if it does end up sucking down the line, it's his fault, but it'll be his failure to bear, which is better than it just being because of interference or whatever.
Yeah, it's fair to blame it on him at that point. It's kind of like, True Detective season 1. I think it benefited massively from just having one person there, like behind the camera.
The director, yeah.
Yeah.
He was a good director as well, which I think
He was, which helps obviously, but it was one person, and it gave it a cohesive feel across the season. And I feel like that can do this for Mr. Robot. Like, this is one thing.
Yeah, that just makes me... I mean, I was already pumped, but that just makes me even more pumped. The extra of it and him directing them all is just really cool. And the last tidbit about it is that they're actually doing a live after show called Hacking Robot, which premieres the same night as the double premiere, sorry. And that'll be like, I think, half an hour after each episode of them talking about it and having interviews, which has become a big thing in cable, because AMC do this for like almost all their big shows now.
Yeah, I know they do it for Walking Dead.
Talking Dead, they do a Saul one.
Yeah, they did have a Breaking Bad one.
Yeah, Talking Bad, I think it was.
I can't remember.
Something like that, I don't know. But
There was one, yeah.
It's becoming a thing, and I think Game of Thrones has it, if not actually on HBO, that it has it online or something, that they have like a
Yeah,
thing.
I think there is one.
So as it becoming a thing, and I suppose we can't really blame them because it's kind of like what we do. So
Just
fair enough.
it's more official with interviews and shit, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's more leaned towards interviews than actually reviewing the show that we do. But yeah, I can see the appeal. I can see why people would like watching it. So.
Yeah, I don't watch them because effort, and I've got enough stuff to watch. But I always like getting the information that I get out of them.
Yeah, so that's that's Mr. Robot news. That's good. That is coming on July 13th, so we are 3 weeks, under 3 weeks maybe even, away. So,
Yeah.
exciting. Alright, next up, something that's not so good.
Oh.
And we've not spoken about this show.
Way to bring me down.
We've not spoken about this show in a long time, because it's terrible and we don't want to talk about it. Although, there's people who swear by it now. There's people who swear that it's gotten so crazy that...
If this is fucking Gotham, I'm gonna rip some shit up.
So in Gotham, Season 3...
Fuck's sake. You bring me from Mr. Robot to Gotham.
There's people who swear by it now. They say Season 2's got so batshit insane, pardon the pun, that it just, like, they like how insane it is.
Oh, fuck those people.
But, so here's the news. Do you remember one of the things that made me so mad? If you're a long time viewer or listener of Almost Cancelled, and this might have been before we did YouTube, so this might have been in the audio only
Just the real
episodes.
long-time listeners.
If you go back to when they first started bringing out news for Season 1 of Gotham, and when like different news would come out, so like 1 week we'd find out about the casting and so on, the week that they revealed that there was a young girl called Ivy Pepper who was actually Poison Ivy and she'd been renamed to Ivy Pepper, that is the episode where I lost my shit and was enraged about how stupid it was.
Understandably so.
Right.
I can feel my blood starting to boil already.
Right, and I remember we watched the pilot and I did episode 5. I think I got through a few episodes.
I got as far as the mid-season.
Right, and I just had to give up because I hated it. It was whatever. We don't have to get into why we don't like it. But if you like Gotham, I'm not getting at you. If you enjoy it for its craziness, I like some stupid shit too. I can respect it, but not for me. But the news this week that I wanted to put in the show, that I wanted to talk to you about, is that this Ivy Pepper, it's related to her. Ivy Pepper is aging up in Season 3. So despite the fact that she was like 10 or 8 in Season 1, right? I don't know if she was in Season 2, maybe she was, maybe she wasn't. But apparently, right, Ivy's going to transform into an adult woman, right? She's a new actress who's in her 20s.
But Pete, didn't you know this is part of her origin? You know, she gets powers and she gets older. That's how it's always been.
No, it's not. Sure, you had me doubt myself for a second there. Right, fuck off. Right.
Some comics fan you are, and you host
No,
a DC
no,
podcast.
I knew it wasn't, but you sounded so sure that I was like, wait a minute, am I an idiot right now? Am I forgetting something? No, I knew this was bullshit. Right, so, according to Fox, her transformation is going to be because she's going to have an interaction with one of Hugo Strange's creatures, which is a thing right now. Or is going to be a thing in Season 3.
Audio viewers, listeners, you cannot see how high my eyebrows just went when you said that sentence.
Yeah. So, following the encounter from a monster, Ivy Pepper finds herself reborn.
See, that's just salty right now. You do not use the term reborn when rebirth is happening and so good and associate it with this nonsense.
Shipper, I don't know if she's been cocooned or something. She comes out the cocoon fully, like... she's 19 years old now, apparently, when she transforms. And she's one step closer to the DC villain that she's destined to become.
Does she still have the mind of a child? Because that would be really crazy.
I have no idea. It just says... She's harnessed the full power of her charms and sets her sights on Bruce Wayne. Wait a minute, Bruce Wayne's still like 12.
Now that's just awkward.
Yeah, Bruce Wayne's like 12. What the hell? What's going on in this show? Oh my god.
I can't. I just fucking can't deal with this shit show.
Oh my
this
god.
nonsense again.
Admittedly, one thing that I found out about Season 2, or the end of Season 1, I can't remember if it was early Season 2 or late Season 1, about Jim Gordon's wife Barbara, almost made me want to go back and watch it just to see how it gets there. I don't want to say it, I don't want to spoil it, but...
I know what it is.
Yeah.
I remember being told and just... I just couldn't.
But yeah, so... Ivy Pepper, just because in case Pamela Isley wasn't on the nose enough, Ivy Pepper, who is going to be Poison Ivy, is going to be jumping from about 8 to 19 because of reasons.
Because comics, though.
Yeah, that's a fair thing to say. But she's called Ivy Pepper, so I'm just annoyed anyway.
Yeah, that's fucking stupid.
All right. Next up. Oh my god. Why did I put these two back to back?
Oh my
I
god,
don't.
I'm gonna hate you right now, aren't I?
So Arrow season 5.
Fuck you.
This one almost stings more because it's one we have to watch.
I know.
So if you remember, and I'm going to dance around spoilers here, but there was a young teenage woman, teenage girl who was impersonating Black Canary in an episode towards the end of the season, played by
Nobody gives a fuck.
Madison McClawn. Character's name is Evelyn Sharp. She's going to be coming back for season 5 after a brief stint in prison. She's going to be on the show, starting with episode 2 of season 5, and she is going to apparently become another sidekick.
Yes, because that's what this fucking show needs, isn't it?
What was the name? I forgot what the name of the sidekick was. I've got it here in a paragraph that I've copied and pasted on.
Artemis.
Artemis, there you go, thank you. Yeah, she's going to become Artemis. Who's another archer.
She is. This stings. Fucking why? Fuck this show.
But it's not like...
Just talking about it this much makes me want to go get the whiskey.
He's already got an archer sidekick.
I know.
We're going to have 3 archers.
But they all pissed off at it, like, remember? So
watch the spoilers.
they've all... Yeah, but they do it every season. They all piss off and then come back together.
Well, that's what I was going to say, though. He's going to be back.
Oh, what the shit is going on with... Oh, I can't deal with... Why do we have to watch this? Fuck you, CW, for making it part of the damn crossovers.
Alright, so that's the Arrow news, which is relevant because we actually do cover that. Alright, so last up, we've got a sci-fi show to talk about, which oddly has been greenlit for 2 seasons because it's an anthology show, and it's been greenlit for 2 6-episode seasons.
Are we talking anthology episode to episode or seasons of the anthology?
Seasons.
Okay.
So 6-episode story, 6-episode story. And the actual news that came out this week is that there's some casting. Paul Schneider and Fiona Shaw have been cast in the first season. Paul Schneider was on season 1 and 2 of Parks and Recreation, and you'll know he was Paul. I believe that was his name. It's been a while since that character was there, so it's hard to remember, but I think that was him. Now, the cast is not a big deal. They're not notable names, but we hadn't talked about the show yet because we hadn't seen about it yet. This was the first I'd heard about it, so I want to talk about it because I want to talk about the show.
Yeah, what is it? What's it called?
It's on SyFy. It's called Channel Zero. The actual full title, and I believe this will just be the first season. I'm kind of just assuming this because it's like a colon, so I'm assuming it's like American Horror Story, but it's got like a title for each season. So the first season is called Channel Zero, Candle Cove. So it's called Channel Zero. It's a close-ending season, and it's based on an online short story of the same name. It's coming this year on SyFy, the first season anyway. Season 2 is set for 2017. And it's about one man's obsessive recollection of a mysterious children's television programme from the 1980s, and his ever-growing suspicions about the role it might have played in a series of nightmarish and deadly events from his childhood.
I'm so in.
Yeah, I like the sound of it too.
That sounds fucking awesome.
Horror, a show about a weird TV show from the 80s that might have caused like a bunch of murders and shit.
I can't imagine that being not good.
Yeah, Schneider plays the main character, Mike Painter, a child psychologist who was a child himself when he witnessed the mysterious disappearance of his twin brother Eddie and 4 other children from the small town Iron Hill in 1988. Decades later, he is compelled to return to his hometown and investigate what really happened all those years ago, only to find that whatever it was, may be happening all over again. So that's his character, and then the Fiona Shaw character is Maria Painter, his mother. Mike's mother and a widow. Maria is shocked when Mike returns home and is reluctant to relive the events of the long ago disappearance of her son and the other children of Iron Hill. And there you go. That's the premise of season 1.
I'm in.
Yeah, it sounds like a good story. 6 episodes contained.
Six episodes means they can probably give it some budget as well.
Yeah. This has come from the SyFy channel, who
Yeah, they're not all bad. I mean,
Oh, no.
they have a reputation lately for.
We enjoyed Winona. Expanse is meant to be good. 12 Monkeys is meant to be good. We're definitely watching the Expanse before season 2 hits.
Killjoys is all right.
Killjoys is alright. So no, this
They've
is.
had some good minis in recent years as well.
I feel like they're really trying to put out some original content that's worth watching, and this sounds good. So I'm down. We'll definitely be covering this when it hits.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
And it's short enough that even if it's not great, we'll probably still finish it.
Yeah, I'll probably unless it's that bad.
Unless it's like, oh my god, this is the worst thing ever. This is
Yeah.
south of hell bad. Like,
Yeah,
all
it
of
would
that.
it would have to be pretty bad for me to go. I can't even take 5 more hours of this.
Yeah. But there you go. That's Channel Zero. Candle Cove is the name of or Cove. I suppose I should pronounce it properly.
You probably should, yeah.
Cove. Yeah, that's my accent creeping in. Like, sometimes I have to like think
See,
about.
the thing is, you say Cove, and that's my home city.
Right. Okay.
So it's I had to process that for a second.
Well, it's a thing though, because it's just my accent. Like, I have to think sometimes about the words that I'm saying because the way I would normally pronounce it is right for here. Like, people would know what I'm saying, but because it's for an audience that's full of, Americans and English people, everyone. So I need to,
Yeah.
Say it properly.
Yeah, some proper English. What's the name of the accent? Yeah, that they have for like the BBC, where it's like the newsreaders and shit. Where
Oh,
it's
you
like,
know the presenter voice.
yeah, but there's a name for the accent. Like, it has a specific name, and it's just gonna bother me, and it's gonna annoy me, and it'll happen. I'll remember it as soon as we come off air. I guarantee it.
Welcome to Almost Cancelled, and tonight we're going to talk about this. Yeah, that kind of thing. Where they
Yeah,
put pauses
like-
in the right
like
places.
Pause in the right place. It's every words. They're really flat.
See, I studied this, but I was never told of a name for the accent.
No, it has a name. I know it does. I don't know.
Well, maybe people will tell us or let us know in comments below or whatever if they happen to know the name of the fake British accent for
I'd love to know because it's pissing me the fuck off.
news programs. But that's actually the end of the news. So we ended on a high note. We just
Yeah.
we started with two good things. We dipped really low for two bad things, and then we came back up at
You
the
pulled
end.
us back up, so
So that was a roller coaster of news. All things that were worth talking about in some way or another. So, good week of TV news. So yeah, that'll take us on to this week's reviews. If you're on the audio version, of course, they're just about to start. Stick around, use timestamps to skip things if you need to. YouTube, click on the link in the corner for the more information. Get to the playlist, or just go to the main channel page. Everything's there, nice and easy to find. So yeah, here's this week's TV reviews.